up YouTube? This is John from Magic Future, and today I'm going to share with you 5 beginner tips so you can set up at home your very own virtual table and keep playing with your friends your favorite role-playing game. I personally am a huge fan of role-playing games. My uncle introduced me to Dungeons & Dragons when I was 8 and I fell in love with it. I mean, there's wizard, knights, dragon, elves, orcs, and tons of cool stuff. How not to like it? But suddenly in 2020, it became way harder to keep playing those games we all love so much. And I know it might sound a bit silly to say this when you're 32 years old, but actually my favorite thing in this world is playing role-playing games. So during this pandemic, one of the things I found the hardest was the loss of my table. I mean, I was playing with the same people for years, dear friend of course, and suddenly I couldn't do that no more. Hopefully, a good pals of mine, thank you Isma, came up with a solution so we could still play and do our part in this pandemic. Without further ado, here are those 5 tips and tricks. Tips number 1. Find a platform. Now, I know tips number 1 is pretty basic. Find a platform you feel comfortable with, and there are tons of good options out there. But after scouting a couple, I highly recommend Discord. I don't know about you, but when it comes to technology, I'm a bit of a caveman. I mean, I still read books made out of paper and don't even know what TikTok is. For a millennial, I put my generation to shame. Sorry about that. So, of course, when my bro talked to me about Discord, I was way on the defensive. But it turns out, it's actually a lot easier than I thought. And if I can do it, trust me, you can do too. Discord is free to use, simple, user-friendly, and it offers tons of cool stuff. For example, you can, with a few clicks and 15 minutes of your time, create your own lobbies, both vocals and textual. And that's it. After that, you're good to go. Just invite your friends in, once again, with a simple click and start playing. Now, since we're talking about platform for role-playing games, I couldn't not mention Roll20. Roll20 is a little bit more complex than Discord, but it also offers a little bit more when it comes to role-playing game, that is. For example, Roll20 allows you to import scales map, pawns, and to interact with those. Also, Roll20 sells campaign, and those include adventure, monsters, map, and much more. Nice thing is, they are totally affordable, so definitely check those out. Tips number 2. Use music. Having some good tunes to go along with your adventure will help you create that special ambience you're looking for. Good news is, Discord actually has bots to help you with that. Rhythm and Groovy, just to name those two, are linked with YouTube, and they will allow you to play music in the lobbies for everyone to hear. Nice plus, everybody can control the volume for themselves. You like what's playing right now? Crank up the volume. You don't like it? Just mute it. Everyone can decide, and it does not affect the other people in the lobbies. So that's pretty cool. Tips number 3. Bang some picture. Just like music will allow you to achieve that mood you're looking for, having some pictures to go along with your description is always a nice touch. When everybody's at the same table and you have the book in your hand, you just show the picture. But at your virtual table, you're gonna have to spend a little bit of time to look for those pictures you want. Bang some picture before starting a game, and after that, with just a few clicks, you'll be able to share those pictures directly in the lobby. Your player will enjoy it, trust me. Tips number 4. Trust your players. A big part of role-playing game is to roll some dices, of course. Roll20 actually offers you a virtual way to roll those dices, but not everybody feels comfortable with that. I personally still like to roll my own dices. Like I said, I'm a bit of a caveman. Before starting a game, ask yourself, and your players of course, if they want to roll dices for real at home, or if they want to use Roll20. In my games, we still roll dices the old-fashioned way, and sure, you gotta trust the other players, but everyone's in here to have some fun. Might as well trust them to do so, right? Tips number 5. Turn on those cameras. A lot of people are a little bit shy when it comes to cameras, and honestly, I get it. I was the same. Until a friend of mine made me realize something. He said, John, before we were all in the same room playing at the same table, we could see you all the time. So why don't you turn your camera on? I must admit, his logic was flawless. So turn those cameras on. It's gonna help your table to feel like everyone's in here with them in some ways. And after all, a big part of the fun is to see the smile on your player's face when they triumph, and also the surprises in their eyes when something they never expected happens. Well, that was it. That was our 5 beginner tips. I know those tips are pretty basic, but gotta start somewhere, right? Don't be shy to leave us comments. Maybe you have tips of your own. I would like to know them. And if you like what you saw, please hit that like and subscribe, for it really helps us out. May Shai be with you, and may Arwandar keep your enemies away.